Peace Queen. It's Melissa Crawford of thequeencode.com. So this video actually starts a brand new series here at the Queen Code. We just completed our Queen Ascension series, which was all about rising to the next dimension. And now we have this new series that was supposed to start 2 weeks ago, but it's actually very appropriate for it to start today on Monday, June 30th, 2014. I got the divine insight that the way that I do videos for this YouTube blog series is going to be shifting. So typically what I would do is I would just film a video about something that was on my heart, some type of insight spiritually that I had gotten, and sometimes it would be in just one video, and then sometimes it would be in a video series. But the way that we're shifting with the videos now is that all of the videos are going to be in a series, and every series is going to be 90 days. So you're talking about 12 to 13 videos, and the purpose of doing that is having one topic that we take a deeper dive into. And the 90 days is very important because it represents a new quarter in your life, a new season in your life, right? Every season is about 90 days long. So we're going to align more with the universe in terms of moving through seasons. So tomorrow, July 1st, actually starts a new quarter. It actually starts the second part of this 2014 year. So very appropriate to begin on today. So this new series, here's the title. You ready? The title for this new series is Revelations, Unveiling the Great Mystery of the Divine Feminine. I'll say that again. Revelations, Unveiling the Great Mystery of the Divine Feminine. Now, I know some of you may be like, well, what does that mean? Here's what we're going to be talking about in this series. Unveiling, really getting to the point where it's like the scales are falling from your eyes, and you begin to clearly see your power as a woman. That's really what we're going to be talking about. And in order to do that, I'm going to take it back. I'm going to go back into not history, but her story. Okay? Our story. Reclaiming our story. Reclaiming womanhood back to its rightful place by understanding not only who we are, but who we were. So in this series, I'm going to be going back 2,000, 4,000, 10,000, 20,000 plus years to help you understand the complete picture of what womanhood really means. And really, as women, as queens, we can't really step into our power until we know where we've been. And so I'm going to be talking about that. I'm also going to be talking about and lifting the veil on a lot of myths about women, different ways that society has defined us, which has really pigeonholed us, which has really disempowered us, okay? So we're going to be lifting the veils on all of that so we can get this clear picture of what it truly means to be a woman in your power. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with going back because it was really about 2,000 years ago that we became widely disempowered. You know, 2,000 years ago and beyond, women had a lot of power. When you look at a lot of ancient civilizations that were very prosperous and opulent and abundant and peaceful and orderly, there were always many women at the top of the ranks, in control, with power, operating in their feminine gifts. That's really important. Because it's not about power like the whole masculine paradigm of control and conquer. But as women, we don't become powerful until we begin to operate in our feminine gifts. And many times, the reason why we're not operating in our feminine gifts is because in this society today, many of those gifts are said to be weird or bad, or they're looked down upon. And it's time for us to reclaim all of that, okay? So again, about 2,000 years ago, we began to lose our power. There's so many things that begin to happen on an international front where we lost our voice. And it's not to point fingers of blame and say, well, this person did this to us or that person. It's not about that. It's about, again, just taking those bits and pieces of ourselves and remembering that process of putting the pieces back together again so we can be whole, all right? Because that is the mission that we're here to complete right now. We're queens born for such a time as this. So in this 90 days, not only are we going to focus on the unveiling, but also just the pulling away of these structures and paradigms and roles and who you think you should be. In this 90-day series, if you really align yourself with this message, you're going to start to release who you think you should be as you begin to claim who you really are. And so in this 90 days, it's almost like a process of purification as well. Purification. Getting down to the real essence. We don't need a whole bunch of stuff on us. We don't need all of these different things to define who we are. I'm going to show you in these next 90 days, in this next season of your life, how powerful you are naturally when you just show up in your brilliance. How powerful you are naturally when you just, show up as the woman that you were created to be. That's what we're going to be talking about. And so I encourage you in this purification phase to do whatever you need to do, whether it's clean out your closets, drink more water. I'm not a healthcare professional, that's my disclaimer, but whatever you need to do to really begin to open yourself up, to allow this message and to align with this message, okay? And I'll tell you, I actually have a really great suggestion for you. There is a spiritual practice that I do every day, sometimes all day, that I teach in my Feminine Manifestation course. That practice will be a very good practice in the 90 days in this season. And you can get that Feminine Manifestation course by going over to the new Queen Code website. If you haven't seen it yet, we finally completed the new web home. So all you have to do is go to www.thequeencode.com, click on Queen Store, and get your copy of the Feminine Manifestation course. That course is going to be very invaluable to you as we go through this next series, okay? So that's the overview. We're going to come back next week and really start getting into the meat of this message. But again, this is about restoring womanhood back to its rightful place. The queen is returning to her throne, not to overrule, not to overpower, but to simply be where she's always been, to simply reclaim something that she lost along the way. Okay, so that's what this series is about. So go to www.thequeencode.com. Go ahead and listen to the Feminine Manifestation course. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you listen to that course, and prepare yourself for this powerful ride, okay? So coming back to you next week. Until then, I hope that you are ready for what's getting ready to happen. I'll tell you this, there's a divine word that I've received, and I want to pass it on to you. As you really align yourself with the message in Revelations, unveiling the great mystery of the divine feminine, as you align yourself with this, here's a word that I've received that's already happening for me, and I know if it's happening for me that it can happen for you too. And here it is. There are going to be some things that you've been dealing with for a very, very long time. It could be slight things like a backache or some type of physical disability, some type of quirk, maybe relationships, whether it's your family, your friends, your co-workers, your significant other, just dysfunctions in your life. There are going to be a lot of dysfunctions in your life that as you begin to align yourself with this series, that you'll just look up one day and be like, you know what, I'm not dealing with that anymore. Things that you've been trying to change and shift yourself for years, problems will automatically resolve and dissolve as you align yourself with this Revelations message, okay? It's already started happening for me. And again, I know that it can happen for you too. So get ready. And I'll be back with you next week for part 2 of the Revelation series. Stay tuned.